Who am I? Am I just a mind? Am I the body that holds the mind? Am I the descendant of some alien race that once landed on Earth? Or was I made by God? The British philosopher and speaker Alan Watts believed this is the most important question a person can ask. Who am I? In his lifelong journey through Eastern thought, like Zen Buddhism and Taoism, he explored the deep mysteries of what it means to be human. For us, it's hard to see what we truly are and what we are not. Watts compared this to the absurd attempt to bite our own teeth, so he used symbols and stories to help us see clearly. In his talks, he reminded us that we're far more connected to the universe than we think. The wall between us and the world we see is not real. It's an illusion. And so we ask again, what is this illusion? And if life is an illusion, then who am I? This video explores the insights of Alan Watts and his vision of who we really are and who we are not. When the mind looks at the world, it instantly creates a gap. Me here, everything else out there. The sky, the traffic, the strangers walking by, all feel separate from us. But everything we experience out there is actually happening inside the mind. Without it, there are no colors, no sounds, no smells, no sense of touch. That doesn't mean the universe lives inside your head. Objects still exist in space, but your brain, inside the skull, is what creates your version of the world. So, we find a strange dance. The mind lives in the world, and the world lives inside the mind. You can't have one without the other. If the human mind vanished, our world would vanish too. Other worlds might remain. The dog's world, driven by scent, or the fly's world, seen through 1,000 lenses. But our world, gone. If nothing exists to perceive the universe, does the universe even exist? If there were no creatures aware of light, sound, touch, even in the tiniest ways, there would be no universe at all. No one would know. And if someone argues with that idea, then something must exist. Something to argue, to notice, to feel. Because we think we are separate, we assume we are strangers in this world, as if Earth was once lifeless, and then, boom, intelligence was dropped onto it. Maybe it began as some liquid, some plant, spreading across the dead planet and turning it into the living Earth we know now. But Watts saw things differently. He believed we didn't arrive on Earth. We came out of it. Humans, he said, grew from this planet like apples grow from trees. The Earth gave birth to us. So we're not better than rocks or plants or animals. We're made of the same stuff. Thinking we are above it all is like an apple thinking it's more important than the apple tree. Sure, our minds and bodies are more complex than sand or seawater. But without them, without Earth's simple things, we wouldn't exist at all. We are the fruit of the universe, with the rare power to reflect on itself. As Watts said, through our eyes, the universe sees itself. Through our ears, it hears its own music. We are the witnesses through which the universe becomes aware of its beauty and wonder. So what is the illusion? According to Watts, it's the belief in a separate self. In truth, we are part of one vast happening, like waves on the ocean, rising, falling, changing form. We are clusters of events, tied to all other events. There is no fixed soul, no solid I. This is what Buddhists call no self. But the mind struggles with this idea. Because the mind works through labels and concepts, it wants things to stay still, to be defined. But the self is like smoke, there and yet not there. And we don't just separate ourselves from nature. We divide the whole world into boxes, labels, systems, beliefs. And once we name something, we trap it. We try to freeze a moment, give it a title and pretend it won't change. But the moment we name something, it's already becoming something else. Think of a child. We give it a name, but that child is already changing. And yet, we keep the name and attach it to memories and ideas, even though the child becomes a whole new person over time. This is how we live, inside a web of ideas. We say Chinese, Dutch, communist, capitalist. We build systems based on these names, telling each other how to think, how to talk, how to live, who we are, who they are. And we get trapped in this world of labels, believing it's the real world. So when someone asks, "Who are you?" we reply with a title, not the truth. I'm a teacher. I'm a man. I'm from England. But do these words capture our whole being? Number, they highlight pieces, but not the whole. There's always more, always parts left out, because our senses can only grasp so much. The world of ideas, systems, and language was built to explain the unexplainable, but it creates a false sense of certainty, and that's the illusion. Who are we then? Well, we are more than illusion, but words fall short. The Tao that can be spoken is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. Or as Watts said, the menu is not the meal. The search for the self is what keeps us from finding it. We can't label the unlabeled. We can't make what changes stand still. Even if we found the perfect words, by the time we write them down, everything has already moved on. So it's no surprise that, in the end, even Alan Watts, with all his metaphors, all his insights, never gave a final answer to the question, who am I? Just this gong sound. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything, and leave a comment down below. Your support means a lot to me and gives me the motivation to keep creating content like this for you.